What's up, guys? Shout out in chat if you can hear me. This is going to be a very loose stream. No effects, no big like talking points or anything like that. Excuse me. I was going to do this whether or not I streamed it, so I figured people could benefit from it, and so I'm streaming it. So we're in the vendor dashboard, and if we go to the Laser Everything website, we'll find a new page. It says LE Coaching. And I was trying to set up coaching again. We tried this a long time ago, and we didn't really have the time to do it or the right setup to do it the way we wanted to do it. And now that the marketplace is launching, we can do it the right way. So we're going to offer coaching again. Yes, it's extremely expensive. We have a lot of stuff to do, and if we're going to stop and do one-on-one stuff, it's gonna cost. So that aside, we were trying to build in a payment system that would just work on our website, where people could click book now, and it would just come up with a payment thing, and you could pay, and you get an email with a link. It wasn't working the way that I wanted it to work with the software we're using for our website right now. So I figured, we've got a marketplace. Like, let's just set these listings up on the marketplace, and we'll just link these directly to the marketplace. So this page is done. We stayed up pretty late last night working on it, and it looks good. We don't really need to do anything, but we do need to create listings for these. So we're going to be doing some booking listings today. And this is a real deal shop. This isn't a test. This isn't for example purposes. This is going to be, the legitimate thing. So we will stop. We'll pause a couple times during this demo as I kind of explain some features that we're going to be adding or working in, or things that we've noticed need to be changed. There's also a couple new small features, though most of what we're going to be looking at today is stuff that you guys have seen from past streams on this topic. So really, this is just kind of like a raw setup. So like I said, real deal, no test products today. We're doing it the right way. And so I'm warning you now, this is going to be long. This video is never going to get an edit. It's just going to stay up as a live stream, and that's going to be that. Because like I said, I had to do this either way. And I wasn't planning on streaming this, so I don't have like a schedule written out. I'm hanging out. You guys are hanging out with me while I'm working. I'm doing work that I would normally be doing. So again, you'll notice no music, no sound effects. I don't have any additional members with me. I'm just sitting in my office and we're hanging out together. So that's what today's stream is. If that doesn't interest you, there's other stuff. We have other stuff up. But anyway, neither here nor there. Miranda says, Alex, you didn't answer me. Did the baby get his morning meds? Yes, he did. He did. Poor little acid reflux baby did get his medication. Yes. So, let's see. Is she messaging me on Discord? I don't even know. Yes, I'll answer her on Discord too. Yes. Okay. So, let's see. So we need to set up our shop. So let's take a look at the marketplace, and we'll just kind of see. Let's see what the current status of our shop is. This today is assuming that you already have a couple things set up. So you've already applied. You've already gotten your vendor documents approved. Okay, so you're in your vendor dashboard at this point. If we come to explore vendors, we'll find our page, and we'll keep a live version of our page up so we can check on our changes as we're making them. I think it's page 8, Laser Everything. So this is the profile that used to be Voyager Gifts. I've reset everything back to default, so now it's just Laser Everything LLC. You'll see we don't have any vendor menus. I don't have a custom banner or a profile picture or any of that stuff. We literally haven't set any of that stuff up yet. So that's the kind of stuff we're going to be doing today, is like a start to finish on this. First, we want to make sure that our vendor dashboard is set up the right way. So dashboard is just dashboard. And this is one of the things, by the way, that recently got a big overhaul. I asked That's going to be annoying. Let me close that. Are we just going to ignore me? Okay, great. This is one of the things that recently got an overhaul, is the vendor backend menu. So this is the first time that I've streamed it with the update, and it makes a lot more sense now. This is organized in a much better way. So dashboard is still dashboard. So if you click it, it just takes you to the dashboard. There's no sub menus. We've gone over this in past streams. Messages now says from customers and from administration. So it's easy to tell which messages you were in. That was a little complicated before. So if we click from customers, this is where we would find any messages that we've received from our customers. And if we click from administration, these are threads from the admin. So usually just important updates. I would check these out if you haven't already in your vendor shop, because they usually contain important information from us. When one of the little kind of like update things from the recent announcements, sometimes this doesn't cut it. Sometimes this just isn't enough characters, or we want to make sure people really see something. In that case, we will send it as a message. Now we have this My Store tab. This is new, and it breaks things down with really easy quick links. So a lot of these share space in the vendor settings area, which is right here. So profile is just general right here. Okay. Images is just this logos tab. Perks is this vendor's perks link up here, but they're the important things. So we tried to make them easier to find so that you can just get to what you're looking for without having to deal with this up here. Because I don't love this up here. It is what it is. It has to be a certain way. But the important stuff we have direct links to now. So again, we have our profile. I've already filled my profile out. All of these fields are required now when you apply to be a vendor. So this should be filled out for you already. But if it's not, make sure you do so, because if any of these required fields here are not filled out, it's not going to let you make changes to anything else up in this bar. So this has to be filled out first, including your tax ID number. Of course, I have a stand in there right now. You want your email set up so that you are getting emails somewhere where you're going to see orders come in. The text is really small. That's probably because I'm on a 4K monitor. So I've zoomed in a little bit here. So hopefully that's a little bit easier to see if you're watching. But you want to make sure that you're getting your email, your orders in an email inbox where you're going to see them. Otherwise, you're going to miss your orders, which is no good. And of course, your address and the URL to your website. Here, there's some other stuff we'll get into later, but the first thing that we really need to set up is our vendor images. And this should be pretty straightforward for me. I've already got some nice images. We'll talk about how to generate nice images for these files so that they fit the layout of the website. So we can get started on that pretty soon. I just want to finish the run through here, and then we'll come back and we'll start with this. Store menus, we just did a big stream about. It's not really going to apply to what we're doing today because we're only working on like 3 listings, but we'll come back again to this at a later time when there's more up on the Laser Everything Marketplace. Store perks is really important. We will be filling this out today, but we really need a listing in order to do this correctly. So for now, we're going to skip it. Shipping methods. No matter how you, and I said this in a past stream, no matter how you set up your products, what kind of shipping you set up for each individual product, if it is not checked in here, it will not show up. So you have to activate them in this menu before they will take any effect inside of a product. So inside a product, you can mark a product as free shipping, but if free shipping is not activated here, it's not going to show up in the final list when the customer is checking out. So make sure you check the options here that you're willing to ship by, even if it doesn't apply to all of your listings. If it only applies to some, that's fine, because we want to give people, the appropriate options for shipping stuff. We're going to be working on services today, which aren't physical goods. They don't need to be shipped. So I'm just going to check free shipping and we'll save that. So that's one done. We don't even need to worry about that. We don't have to come back to it. So that's the last thing in my store. The orders tab has been reorganized as well. So now we have your list of orders, booked orders, which we're going to be looking at today when we finally test a booking, because again, we're doing those coaching listings. So when a customer books an order with you for an appointment, they should show up here. The developers have showed me in screenshots that this functions, but I haven't tested it myself. So I'll be interested to see how that goes. Andrew's asking, will USPS New Ground Advantage be an option? I will have to check with the API we're using and make sure that it links up. But as long as it links up, yes, I can definitely add that. That's something that we should make a note, like in MakerREMIX 4 or somewhere where I'm going to see it later. Because if it's just in chat, I'm going to forget. But we can totally add that for sure. If you have any RMA return requests, they'll show up here. So if people want to return something, you'll see that here. And booking links. So anytime that you book an appointment, like a coaching session or whatever, the link to the meeting that was generated when the appointment was made will show up here. And this should be an easy way to get to your meetings once they've been established. So this should be really helpful as well. Okay, moving on. My products, again, has been reorganized to kind of keep these all in one area. So we've got our listings. We'll be working with that a lot today. Bundles, which we still really haven't talked about on the channel. We'll talk about that soon. Collections, which we just talked about in the recent stream. Any reviews for your products, and booking settings. And if we take a look at this, this is basically just like a blackout date system. So you can come in here and select dates that you absolutely do not want to set appointments for. And we will test that as well, because we have not tested that yet. Under accounting, transactions, this has all been simplified and reorganized. So all of your store's transactions, including your orders and returns, will show up here. Balance withdrawals. So if you have a balance, you can withdraw it here. I think we showed this off a little bit. We still have a couple small tweaks to make to withdrawals, but it's 99% done and functional. It actually works, but it's not doing exactly what we want it to do yet, and it's important that we're precise with that. So we will take a closer look at balance withdrawals in a future episode. Payout setup, this is just connecting with Borderless. This account is already connected. So remember I said this stream today is going to assume you already have a few things set up. Connecting your account with Borderless is one of those things. Again, I have to like contact support to like remove a contact from Borderless. So it's like a whole big thing. And I don't really want to take the time to deal with that right now. I just want to get this done. So my account's already connected. I will walk you guys through step by step on how to do this a little bit later on, maybe in the next week or so. It's fairly straightforward, but I feel like it's worth going over anyway because it's so important. Last but not least, we have currency. I recommend just doing business in USD. When you get a payout via Borderless will convert your currency for you automatically to your destination currency. So this is really not necessary. If you really want to see things in pounds, you can click it. We do have an API set up that is live translating currencies for us with current exchange rates. It works okay. It's not the most up to date. It's close, but if something tanks really fast or like there's a huge change in exchange rates, there could be lag in these updating. I recommend most people just do their business in USD and then let Borderless exchange it for you when you withdraw your funds from your vendor account. So that would be my suggestion. What's up, Vince? Good to see you. So that's it for accounting. And then last but not least, we have vendor settings. So now premium plan here, guys, these are those vendor plans. We had a whole stream about these too. You can see my current plan is the founder's plan because I obviously got in before we, kind of closed that off. So the founder's plan is selected for me. If you haven't signed up for an account to be a vendor yet, you're probably going to get started with the Maker free plan, which is here. up to 10 products, revenue up to $1,000. So this is the only free option now. Every other option for vendors is paid. We try to offer as good of a deal as we can. And if you want more information about which one of these you should pick, you can find a stream on that in the devlog playlist as well. There's a link to the devlog playlist with all of these videos I keep mentioning down in the description. Next up, terms and conditions. This is kind of important. So, every store, every web e-commerce store should have terms and conditions. And not only do we have, a TOS for the marketplace as a whole, but you should also have terms and conditions for doing business with your store. If you don't know how to write these or don't want to pay an attorney to write one for you, we have a really good service that we have been using, which is somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Termly. Termly was really good, though they're kind of weird because you have to like save it and like you paste a link basically, and then whoever views your terms of service views it on Termly's website, which was a little weird, and I didn't end up liking that. So I went with what is it called? Terms of Service Generator. I'll find it. It'll take 2 seconds. Let's see. Terms feed. No. Termly. And Zuzo. This one right here. So this one you can generate them and then copy them. I'm actually going to bookmark this real quick. And Zuzo. So after they've been generated, you can copy them out and paste them as plain text, which I really like. So if you need something like this, it's here. It's super cheap. Let's see, starting at $7 a month. So basically nothing, and you get like good legal compliant coverage for something like a terms of service. We don't require this. You could just leave this blank. And if you leave this blank, it won't show anything to the user when they're checking out. It'll just say that you're agreeing to the network's terms of service. But if you do fill this out, they will have to check a box that says that they read and agree to this with your company, as well as the storefront's terms of service. So in general, just a good thing to have. Now, one of the things that we don't have yet that we will be adding very soon, it's going to show up right under terms and conditions here. It's my top priority ticket with the developers. It's going to say return policy. And that is going to be a similar, just giant text box like this that you can fill out. And that is going to be required from vendors. And it will not let you create any new or edit any existing products until you have a return policy completed. Once you have that completed, customers will have to acknowledge upon checkout that they have read your storefront's return policy and they agree to it before they are allowed to check out. It's really there to protect you guys, so it should be helpful. And that's why we're forcing it, because it's not there for us. I don't really need to deal with your customers wanting to return things, but I don't want them to hassle and harass over terms that should have been laid out clearly in the first place. So we are going to force the return policy. So that will show up right here under terms and conditions. Again, I'm hoping Tuesday or Wednesday we should be implementing that. If you have products currently, they're going to become locked until you fill out your return policy. So just keep an eye out for that if you are operating a vendor storefront, because that's going to be really important going forward. Last but not least, my files. So if you have any files, like downloadable files, you're selling like digital goods or whatever, they will show up here and you can edit those and do whatever it is you want to do with that. So that is the long and short of the things that have changed since the last time we talked. I know it took a long time. Sorry, we're already 20 minutes in and we haven't done anything yet, but things are, rapidly changing here as we are getting ready to, open. So all of that said, here's our storefront. We don't have any products. We don't really have like a description. Our logo and banner are default. I really want to change these first. They should be easy because it's laser everything. We have a ton of artwork for that. So we will just grab the templates. I'll show you guys how to get the templates, and then we will just kind of throw our artwork into the template, and we should be good to go. For those, we're going to head over to Facebook, just because I know exactly where they are on Facebook, because I just pointed someone to them. And if we come to the MakerREMIX Market Vendors group, you will see a featured post up here somewhere. Recent updates. Here it is. Great. So if we click this post, I give you guys the dimensions. And then if you don't want to deal with doing it on your own, I actually have a zip file right here that we can use. So we can go ahead and click that. And that's going to download the zip file. We can ignore this baby. We can extract this. And we have a few different files in here. So we've got JPEGs of the profile and the banner photo right there. Or if you have Adobe Photoshop, I also included the PSDs. Now, these JPEGs are sized correctly. So whether you open the PSD directly, like this, so we'll double click the PSD and open this directly. All right, great. So whether you open it directly, here we can see it's 3100 by 700 pixels, or whether you grab the JPEG and drop it into your raster editor of choice. Here you can see this is also 3100 by 700 pixels. Either of these will work for you. It does not matter. It's just there for convenience. All right, so we need to find some artwork. We've got the banner one open, and we want to get our profile open. So let's go ahead and get that open. And we're just using these as templates that you could come in right off the bat and just delete all of the layers except for the background. It doesn't really matter. On this one, I'm just double clicking background here, and then we can just create a new layer. I saved this one a little differently and delete that, and boom, there we go. There's two canvases for us to work with, and when we save them, they'll be perfect. So that's great. Next, we need to find some actual artwork. So let's go to Laser Everything, Assets. Let's look in the channel folder here. So here we've got just some like Laser Everything logos. That'll do, I think. Just the normal burst logo, pretty recognizable. So we can come to the profile. We'll grab our burst logo and drop it in. And a neat little trick, since your vendor profile picture is going to show up within a circle, if you want to see how it's going to look in the circle, we have a neat trick for that. So I'll come in, grab the ellipse tool. I'm going to come over to the corner here and just draw a circle like that. And then if we want to preview this, I forget which one goes on top. I think it's our original artwork. We can right click and click Create Clipping Mask. Yes. So you put your artwork on top, the ellipse underneath, and then you're going to right click the artwork and click Create Clipping Mask. Boom. And now it's in a circle. And you can actually like move this up or down or reposition it or resize it. Just watch your corners, because like down here, you can see the gray starts to sneak in up there as we move this up. So this may require just a little bit of resizing too. And you can resize it without affecting the mask, which is super nice. So we can get this like all the way out to the edges and then get it super center, right where we want it, and then pull it back in until it's the size that we want. And we have good kind of like overlay around the edges. So there's some good margins there. I'm holding Alt and Shift to do this center out zoom. By the way, that's Alt and Shift on the keyboard. And somewhere just like right around there should be perfect. So there's our picture. We wanted to make sure we delete this mask layer before we save this, because there are places on the website where this is going to show up not as a circle, and we want to make sure that we retain that. So we'll save as a copy here, and we'll just go for the JPEG. We'll call this Market Profile Laser Everything, and save it, and we're done. So that was easy. That was a good one. I have an idea for my banner image too. So for channel banners, we have our nice YouTube banner. Let's see, it should be at the bottom. YouTube banner. That should be it. So let's open that. And there it is. There's our banner from YouTube. So this artwork's already done as well. And we can just grab literally all of these layers here and just drag them up. Oh, we didn't get the one thing that mattered, which is the actual logo. Let's make sure we get that. So we need you and all of you. Okay. Yes. Good. All right. Good. We'll just drag this up, drop it in. And there it is. It's looking pretty good right about there. And then we just need that background, which is this rectangle. Yeah. Okay. So we'll drag that in too. And let's get this down here to the back. This is looking pretty good already. We're just going to move some of these elements around a little bit. I see chat going. I will get to you guys in just a second. So that looks pretty good. We could probably like move this over here. Let's see. How's our... So our profile photo is in the bottom left there. So maybe we want like the LE kind of just a little bit more over to the right so it's not super cramped. Like something like that. And we got to get our little TM. Let's move that over. Great. So there's our banner. And like I said, it's already done because we're using a template. So from here, we can just save as a copy. And we'll save it as a JPEG. This one we'll call cover _ laser everything. And we should have a nice profile photo and banner now. So we can close our templates. And we will find, I think it's in the downloads folder, that market templates folder right here. And we have our laser everything profile and cover photo. So if we scroll up, you can see 1, 2 right there. So now all we have to do is upload these. Super easy. We'll minimize this. Let's come back to our vendor panel here. And we're going to go to My Store, Store Images. And doing like a nice profile and cover photo makes such a big difference as far as like standing out goes and making sure things fit well inside that circle. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that a lot of people just don't do. And the fact that you take the time to do it and you only have to do it one time, I think really makes your store stand out. So I'm going to select my profile photo here. So we've got that one. And I'm also going to select that same picture for my logo for invoices. So we'll add that one. And then we have our vendor store banner here, which we have our cover right here. And we'll hit open. And then all we have to do is save. And there we go. 1, 2, and 3. And we want to see how this looks. Sometimes if you click this wheel, there's a preview button that takes you to the storefront. But I don't think that we have one for this menu, so that's fine. We'll just refresh here. And there we go. Doesn't that look nice? I think that looks really nice. I think it looks really clean. So if you know your way around Photoshop at all, you can swing something, something to just kind of like make your store stand apart from everybody else's, especially when you're in this, like these vendor menus. Anytime that like vendors show up, we've had a few different default images over the years as we've developed this. So like we had the Burst logo, we had the really old Burst logo, we had the robot, we had this guy standing in front of the store. So there's a bunch of like samesies, just repeat logos that you're going to see over and over and over again. And having one custom that you made yourself, looking at you, Anthony, having one that you made custom yourself makes a really big difference. So that's the long and short of doing your artwork for that. I think it makes a big difference. All right, we are going to take a look here at chat really quick before we move on. Can you guys hear the kids? Sorry. I told you, I'm just at home working right now. I am not, if you missed the beginning of the stream, I'm not in a studio environment. I'm literally at my desk at my house. And you guys are hanging out with me while I'm doing work that I was literally going to do anyway. So not the most pro stream today. All right, let's see. Let's see. Willie's here. What's up, Willie? Cubing. Sorry I couldn't stay longer for the Google Meet, bro. It's okay, man. I'm so glad that you came. I was stoked that you got to hang out. Willie's here. Anthony's here. What's up? This is the good old crew. The normal crew is hanging out. I appreciate you guys coming to chill with me for a little bit. I'm glad that you're getting something out of it, Willie. God, my eyes burn. I'm tired. This has been exhausting. Not gonna lie, guys. This has been like one of the hardest things I've ever done. We've put so much work into this, me and the whole team. I mean, like everybody. And I'm just hoping when it comes to launch, it pays off. We're all really nervous here right now, and just kind of hoping that this goes well. So, anyway, let's continue on with our store. I know there's stuff that we haven't filled out, so let's fill out some of this. And I want to do a good job. I want this to be final. Again, this is work I was going to do anyway, so I want to really do it. So let's see. Description. I'll probably pull this from my YouTube channel, or even the Laser Master Academy. But I'll need to go to an incognito window because I am logged into the LMA right now. So let's go to Masters. There we go. I like this right here. I love that tagline. So we'll throw this up. And we do have some kind of like basic formatting options here too, which is cool. So what we can do lists, we can do tables. It looks like actually like a decent amount of HTML. So we can actually do HTML. Fun fact, if you ever want to do kind of like little HTML bits like this, it's very easy. So if you go to, this is a really cool thing. So if you go to online HTML editor, and there are so many of them, you can find one that you like, but we'll just click this one here. It doesn't really matter. You can do, so you can actually see this. We're working hard to bring you the best marketplace experience ever. So this was a test that I did where I was like kind of messing around with this kind of software. You can make buttons. You can do all kinds of like cool stuff that you can't do with like a regular word processor. You can insert images and build tables and media and all kinds of stuff that you normally wouldn't be able to do. And when you're done, you can click source code and copy that source code out and actually dump it into an HTML container here. So if we just view the HTML and drop this down, we can paste that in and hit save, and we should be able to see that on our site. So yeah, so you can see it's saved. We've got our buttons there. We've got all of our links and colors and all that fun stuff. I'm wondering where that shows up here. I'm not entirely sure. We should see at least a little bit of it in the, let's see, page 8. Sorry. These are everything. So, I mean, it's there. There's an old style vendor page, and I'm not sure how to get to it anymore. Though I know that a few things do from time to time bring you to the old style vendor page. So that's something that we need to work out. I'd like to be able to click this to read it, because this is a really cool thing that you can do with this HTML editor and the description. So maybe if there's like a button over here that we could pick that says just like, you know, read more, or like about us or something, and it loads up a page where this HTML is displayed, I think that'd be really nice. So note to my future self, or I guess Anthony, if you're still around, or Andrew, whoever, leave me a note somewhere on MakerREMIX that I want to do that, because that would be really cool. But that's the long and short of it. Since that's not set up, we're not going to waste time doing that today. So I'm going to just come back into the source code here, and we're just going to junk all of that. So let's get rid of that, and then we'll come back to the regular editor, and we'll grab a little bit more from the Laser Everything website. So let's see. Something simple. I don't want too much. Like that would be good. So let's grab that. Dump that in there. Yeah. And then I don't know. Maybe we should check the YouTube channel real quick. Let's see what's at youtube.com/everything. I think that's good too. We'll just grab that and throw that in there until we decide solidly what we want to talk about in our description. That will certainly be good. Since the first thing I'm throwing up is coaching, I will probably come back to this and add something about coaching. Maybe this is how I talk to myself when you guys aren't here, just so you know. But maybe I wrote something nice. Here, don't go it alone. The staff at Laser Everything are here to help you get you rolling on your laser journey. I like that too. So I'm just kind of patchworking this based on, you know, how I feel about it. Probably one more sentence. Oh, I don't have one more sentence. That's pretty bare bones. That's okay. We can be creative and write something on our own. We're adults. So whether you want to learn a new material, troubleshoot difficult issues, or even do a complete machine setup and training, LE staff has your back. Right, something like that. That'll be fine. That'll be perfect. So that's it. There's our description. Let's make sure we hit save. We don't want to lose that work. So we're going to hit save there. So now we've got our description done and we've got our logo done. We should be able to read most. And I encourage you, this isn't just me doing this for the sake of the marketplace. I encourage you guys to do this too. Look in the vendor list, right? See how you're populating. See, the staff at Laser Everything are here to help you get you rolling on your laser journey, and the staff has your back, right? So my entire description is showing up in here, and that's good, and it's not breaking off at a weird spot. So if we can't have the HTML right now, at least make this look good until we can have the HTML, you know, and make sure that this looks nice. Because if this cuts off at some random place right now, and we come in and look at our profile, there's no way to finish reading that, right? So we want to make sure that that kind of stuff is set up correctly, because that's the kind of stuff that makes you look professional too. So that's good right now. I will go back into the description and expand it with some HTML, maybe some pictures and some fun colors after we add that functionality. But for now, I'm pleased with that. I think that's good. And let's see what's next. So general, done. We've got just our basic stuff set up there. Description, done. Logos, done. Plan, done. We're on the founder's plan. Terms and conditions we talked about, right? So that was really easy. We're just using a service, and I can never remember this name. Nzuzo. We using Nzuzo to make sure that our own personal storefront, not the marketplace, but our storefront, has a good terms of service that applies to the stuff that we're selling. We have the return policy coming soon. Remember, that is going to be required. Vendor perks, we still have to come back to. We don't have a listing yet, but we will come back to this too. Reviews, payout setup, shipping methods, files, and currency. Okay, so we've covered it all. So our store is ready for its first product, I think. And so that's what we are going to be doing next. I'm going to come to my store. And no, we're going to come to my products. That was stupid. And product listings. And yes, we can leave. We definitely don't need to save that. We haven't changed anything. Well, he says, so last night I actually got a safety glass zap running wine glasses. It actually marked my safety glasses from 1.5 feet away. Damn. Well, I hope you had some good glasses, man. All right, let's get a listing added here. So we're going to create a new product. I've never tried importing a product. If you guys ever try importing a product, let me know how that works. We need to do SEO too. But we can talk about that later. So name. So I'm going to pull this information right from the Laser Everything website because we spent a long time setting it up yesterday. I'm going to come to shop coaching. So this one's going to be called Dual Coach 1 Hour. So we'll just grab that. In fact, I think I will kind of go for the split screen approach here. So we don't have to keep going back and forth. Dual Coach 1 hour. Done. Add categories. Make sure you guys are filling out your categories right. Your product features rely on choosing the right category. If you do not choose the right category, customers are not going to be able to find your stuff. I know I've given this lecture a lot of times, but people are still choosing the wrong categories. We're going to do a category audit before we launch and fix product categories that are categorized the wrong way. So make sure that your products are in the right category. But we are doing digital products and services, so I'm going to drop that down. And we're looking for laser coaching. There it is. We're going to check that box and hit save. We tried to make that as easy as possible for you guys so that you didn't have to fuss with it a lot in order to find the category that you need. We've got a price here, $249. So let's get that in. $249.99. Product type, booking system, right? We are going to be booking appointments. So we want to select that. Allowed cancel days. This is a tricky thing. I haven't really worked this out yet because we haven't tested it. So this will be a good test. Allowed cancel days in most cases would be how many days after you place the order are you allowed to cancel the order. But in this case, right, we don't want to have somebody book for tomorrow and then have an allowed cancel days of 5 days, and then they can cancel right up until a minute before the appointment. That doesn't make any sense. So really, this should be like how many days before the appointment are you allowed to cancel? And then after you pass that threshold, you're no longer allowed to cancel. And that's something we're going to have to look at. But in order to test it, we need to fill it out. So we're going to just slap 5 in there right now, and we'll see how that works. We need a full description. That's easy enough. We wrote that. So let's copy these and paste that in here. And we've got nice bullet notes there, but this kind of needs like a header. So for that header, what I'm going to do is reuse a little bit of our store description that we wrote. So I'm going to open this in a new tab, and we're going to, let's see, this is not super duper mobile friendly. Where are we? There's the products. We don't want to actually create a new product. We want my store profile, description, Here we go. Don't go it alone. Boom. We like that. So we'll grab this and we will dump it into the description box right here. Notice too, HTML is also allowed in your description, so you can add photos right here. We can add HTML. We can format this text however we want. It's one of my favorite things about the system. So like I want this 1 hour picture with me and Matt. We can go to image and click browse, and that'll bring us to our file browser. We're going to come to upload and select a file. And then I just need to find that picture of me and Matt. It's right there. And we'll hit open. And then we're just going to double click the file to select it and click insert. And there it is right at the top, which is really cool. If we wanted to, we could add more to this too. I'd really like to, and I really hope that we can clone product listings. I'm pretty sure we can, so I don't want to redo this 1,000 times, but I'd like this information to be available to customers because this is important. We want people to learn Google Meet before they book. We want to make sure they're on the right computer. We want to make sure that they have their hardware ready, and we want to make sure that they're planning for their session to get the most out of their time. That information is important to what we're doing here. So let's play around with this a little bit. Let's try to go a little harder than we normally would. I'm going to go for a table, and we're going to insert a table. How do we add and remove rows from this? Let's see. I think I'm going to need to go a little bigger. We're going to have to zoom out a little bit so that we can actually see what we are doing. We may have to dive into the HTML here. Body, body table. Oh my God, I don't really know how to do tables in HTML. TD. So we should be able to nuke these. And these, I hope. And let's go back. There we go. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we got 4 table options here. I want to know like how we resize them, but maybe it doesn't work that way. So let's see what we can do with this. So where is the Laser Everything website? Did I close it? Oh no, it's in another tab. I forgot. There she blows. So we'll move this back over. We don't need this anymore. I keep clicking it and we don't need it. All right. So we've got like a table here. I'm trying to reproduce that table over here. So let's do learn Google Meet. Let's just copy this text. We'll dump it in here just like that. That should be about as simple as it needs to be. I'm having trouble pasting this all. There we go. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Learn Google Meet. I guess we can't really do titles in tables, which is a bummer. Learn Google Meet. Excellent. Can we change the size of text in a table? We do like a heading 4? No. Okay. That's fine. And then let's try to insert an image into our table. That would be nice too. So let's browse. We need to upload a file. We need to find our image for this one, which should be called like Meet or something. Then downloads, Meet, open. Insert. Okay, cool. We can have images in a table. That's excellent. Next, let's do the right system. So we'll copy this text. Let's paste this in here. And then we're going to insert an image into this column. So we'll go to image, browse. This kind of stuff takes time, guys. I tried to warn you. I know it's slow going. I wish I could speed this up, but it's just we're doing it in real time. So computer, insert. Boom. I don't love how tiny this is, but we can work out the details on that later. Whoa. Hey, there we go. I don't know how I did that. That was kind of magical, but I will accept it for now. So let's get that about the same height as the text there. Can we do the same thing up here? Not really. It does not like me messing with this at all. Ugh. And why can't we resize our table? Line, text color, image, video, table. Maybe the table wasn't the right choice. You know what I'm saying? This is also where that HTML editor would probably come in handy, because we could do this in like a WYSIWYG editor and then just copy the code out and paste it in. For now, I'm going to say, just because it's not working on stream and I want to keep things moving along, we're going to dump the table just for now. So let's do images with headers instead. So we're going to come here. Let's select our image. We should already have it uploaded. Meet right there. We'll insert that. Now this should be easy to resize. Yes, good, good. And then a new line. Let's get our Learn Google Meet in there. This will allow us to actually use headers in our description too. So the table functionality, a little limited, but no big deal. We also have this Start Learning Meet link here, so I want to make sure that we get that. We're going to type Start Learning Meet, select it, and then we have this hyperlink button right up here. So we'll click that, insert link. You can see it autofills the text, and we'll just paste the link in. And we want that to open a new tab because we don't want people to leave our store. And we'll hit insert. And there it is, Start Learning Meet, which shows up as a hot link, which is perfect. We could take this even further. We could come in and set that to bold, please. Yes, good. And italic, strike through. We can even change the text color to like a similar pink. I have dark reader on, so I can't actually see any of these colors. This is what this normally looks like, guys. I just can't stare into the brightness all day, every day. Pretty limited palette. I guess like a pinkish. It's not the same pink that we were working with, but it should be fine. So if we select this here, we just click that. There we go, Start Learning Meet. And can we make this underline with Control U? Yes, we can. All right, I love that. Excellent. Good. Another thing we want to watch is font colors. So I'm just really quick so that we can see it as we're editing it, guys. I'm going to create this product. We're going to come right back to what we were doing. We're not done with our description yet. But I really want to see how this is coming as we go. So we're going to reload this and open this product up here and check out the description. So it is the default color is white. It is auto defaulting. If we choose a color, that's definitely not pink. If we choose a color, that will overwrite the color. So you don't want to, even though this is white on black, it knows and is setting it to black on white here for dark mode. automatically. So I just don't want you guys to accidentally mess that up. Like, for example, if I come in here and we change this "don't go it alone" text, right? And we set that to black in here and we save it, that black is going to overwrite the white. It's right here. See, "don't go it alone." Now it's black, and that's no good. So we don't want to actually do that. If we are going to do it, we want to make sure that we pick a light color. So if we click none and save it again and reload, now you can see it's back to default, which means it's going to follow the CSS of the page, which is ideal. So that's an important note there that we want to kind of just toss out there. So start learning meat. I still don't like that color. I really want to fix that. Where the freak is pink? How is there not a pink? And why? Like, I guess that's pinkish. It's really just like red. I don't really like any of these colors. I guess that one will do. And I want to make this, let's make this a little jumpier. Let's make that stand out a little bit. Let's go for the laser everything yellow. Now it's going to look like crap on this page, but it's going to look really nice on the storefront because the storefront, everything has a gray background. So if we reload over here, now we've got that nice bright yellow. I mean, that really pulls your eyes in and makes you look at it, which is awesome. And then additionally, the start learning meat, that's a much more appropriate color there. That's much closer to what I wanted. So that looks great. Now we just need to do that for the rest of them, which shouldn't take too long because I don't need to talk about all that stuff again. So we're just going to do it really quick and try to get through it. So I'm going to add an extra line break in here. And we're going to, there's a lot of scrolling. I'm still zoomed in quite a bit for you guys because, again, I'm on a 4K screen, so the text is showing up really small for you. Let's do image. This is going to be the right system, so we need that computer image again. If you need stock photos for this kind of stuff, I really recommend Pixabay. That's where most of this came from. So we'll put that in there. And then we'll just do a line break. We'll grab this here. Copy, paste. That looks awesome. And let's get this to match. So we'll just go yellow there. And let's save and just make sure that looks good. I'll show you guys Pixabay in a minute. I use it a lot for video thumbnails on the channel. Wrong page. Refresh here. Okay, so don't go it alone. Learn Google Meet, the right system. That all looks good. Perfect. This seems to be bigger somehow. Did I set this to a heading size or just make it bold? I'm not sure. Let's bold it anyway. This should be the same. So if you need like images like this for your website or descriptions or whatever, I would go to Pixabay. Pixabay is great. It's actually free. It's legitimately actually free. And you can search for whatever you want. So if I want someone taking notes, I can type taking notes, and there's a bunch of free images that you can use on your website. And that's it. It's that easy. And these images are actually free. I've done a lot of research because we use these for laser everything a lot. So really, really good stuff in here if you're looking for things like that. You can even find, and you'll probably recognize some of these photos from like the podcast thumbnail. We use these all the time. They're just like generic lasers, but they're lasers, and it does the trick. So highly recommend Pixabay, Pixabay.com for that. Sign up is free, and it doesn't cost anything to get the images. All you have to do is look at these sponsored iStock images every once in a while, and that's it. So really good resource if you're in need of that. I'm just going to take a second and catch up on chat. Let's see what you guys are chatting about. Looks like Willie's got the bulk product creation tool figured out, which is awesome. Oh, sorry. I'm talking a lot. I'm parched. Okay. All right, we're making headway here, guys. This description is looking pretty good. We have a few more things that we want to implement, so let's just keep rolling here. We'll try to get this figured out. And again, we're going to clone this, right? Like this Learn Google Meet thing is going to be used every time. The Right System thing is going to be used every time because they're all coaching courses that we're uploading, every product. So we don't have to do this for every file. Cloning will make this very easy. So where are we? We are still pulling things from here. So we did the Right System, hardware ready. Let's grab this, same deal. We're going to just drop that in. Hardware ready. Let's set that to bold and yellow. Did we select yellow? I think we did. Yellow. And we need the image for that one. Oh, that did not turn yellow at all. Yellow, please. Great. And we need the image for that one. So let's just do a new line break. We'll grab our image, browse. And this one I haven't uploaded yet, so we're going to have to upload a new image. Select. We've got the picture of the laser there. Open. And another thing that we have to do that, again, I'm not taking time to do right now because it's just going to be an extra 40 minutes of this stream that you guys don't need to see. But I'd probably bring these images into Photoshop and just make sure they're all cropped the same way. Like I might crop them all down to a square or the same sized rectangle so that they're all consistent. Right now I'm just kind of resizing them, but they all have slightly different dimensions, and I think that looks a little weird. But I'm also, that's kind of my OCD talking a little bit, that I want this all to be perfect. So you don't necessarily have to do that, but that's definitely something I'm going to do. And then the last one is planning. We've got the person writing on the notebook there. So let's scroll up, insert a link. We're going to, no, not insert a link. Sorry. Had a little bit of a stroke there for a second. Let's browse. Add a file. Where's my note taker? Notes. Open. There it is. And insert. We should have it down here. Give that the quick resize treatment there. Line break. Grab the text. Drop it in. Get rid of this weird extra space. Set this to bold yellow. You guys should be getting it at this point. And that looks stellar. So let's save that and just take a look at that before we move on. So that all looks good. I don't know why this weird HTML iframe error, I'm sure you guys have seen once or twice if you've added a product. I don't know what that is, and it shouldn't be coming up. Nothing's actually wrong, but it's not supposed to be there, and it's annoying and confusing. So just ignore that for now. Here is our listing so far. So we've got 1 hour. We've got a bunch of text here. We're learning Google Meet, picking the right system, hardware ready, plan for your needs. Done, 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 done. That all looks really good. We're also going to need a photo up here. And we're going to talk about that too in a minute. But first, we have to add our disclaimer. We don't really do 3D lasers on Laser Everything. You guys know that. So this note that I want to make sure that I include here is really just to make sure that people do not try to book for assistance with 3D stuff or materials that we deem dangerous. I'm not teaching somebody how to cut ABS on their fiber laser. So we want to make sure that we include this too. So let's see if we can do this in a creative way. There's something else I didn't like, spacing on something. This right here, develop new business strategies, is like right on top of this Google Meet thing. So we're just going to give that a line break too and save that. And refresh here. That should be fixed. Is that really it? Did I refresh too early? Come on now. I guess that's not it. So let's add another line break. Refresh over here. There we go. Much better. That's a discernible amount of space. Okay. I think this section, so these are not the same either. This Learn Google Meet and the right system, these are not the same. So let's try to get these all looking the same. So I'm going to type Learn Google Meet, the right system, hardware ready, going all caps for these. Plan for your needs. And then we're going to actually set these to headings. That way it's set with the HTML itself. That'll be a little more consistent. So format heading 4. And we're just going to do that for each of these. So I'm just going to select the text. We're going to come to format, heading 4. Format, heading, oh, wrong one. Heading 4. Uh-oh. And select the right thing there. Let's try that again. The right system, format, heading 4. Yeah, good, good. Okay, last but not least here, let's make sure this is set correctly. Heading 4. Done. All right, that looks really nice. And we just have to fix our yellows. Please. Okay, that was 1. 2. 3. And not everybody agrees with me, guys, but I feel like people really can discern these small details. I feel like it really matters. 4. All right, so we got plan for your needs, hardware ready, the right system, and Learn Google Meet. Let's save that and take one last look at it. We should be all the same now from these differences in our headings. Let's scroll up. Why is this one so much bigger? What is going on? The right system, hardware ready, plan for your needs. What are you doing? Let's just get rid of the whole thing. Right. Do it again. Learn Google Meet. Heading 4. Nope, don't do that. Oh, okay. I think we need an actual line break there. I think I shift tab or shift entered, and we should have just hit enter. Let's try this now. Excellent. And then yellow, please. Save. And we'll come refresh over here. Thank God. Okay, great. Perfect. It's perfect. So good. So like I was saying, we want to do this kind of section over here. There's a few ways we could do this. Like I could come in, guys, and just like zoom out on this a little bit and take a literal screenshot of this and just upload that as an image. But not everybody's computer renders images well when they're looking at store pages. So I think it's important to have text. Plus, it helps with searchability when like Google is crawling the market. It can actually read the text instead of looking at the images, you know, things like that. I'm very, very tempted to just take a screenshot of this like this right here and then drop this in. I'm very tempted to do that, but I'm not going to because I really want to make sure that everybody sees this note before they place an order. It's very important to me. If it was something sillier like a part of a product description or a product feature or something like that, I may not care as much. But because because it is such important information, I just really want to make sure that it gets seen. Let's give ourselves a little more space here. And we're going to just, boom, we're going to dump it in. And we can do highlight colors. So we're going to do some highlight colors here. I'm going to go full screen here so we can see. So let's select that, highlight, and we're going to go for a red, nice bright red. And same for the important note. Why is that not red? Let's red, please. Yes, good. And we want the text to be white so that it's readable. Oops. Nope, undo. I did not switch from highlight. There we go. Text, white. And then we lost our line breaks when we copied this stuff over. So let's just get our line breaks back in there where they belong. This. Refunds is not coming through appropriately on the color. So let's make sure we figure that out as well. Oh, look at this whole line right here. Did not get selected. It's not ideal. So let's grab that. Highlight, red. There it is. Here I'm doing a shift tab to drop it one line. If you do a regular enter, it kind of like double spaces it and breaks it into like a new paragraph area. But here I really want that in line. And then this one is a separate point right here, materials that we deem dangerous, complete list here. This is a bit of a separate thing. So instead of doing a shift enter like this, I'm going to just hit the enter key there. We need to make sure this refunds will not. We want that to show up too. That's important. Refunds will not be issued. And we will set the text color to white. And again, I'm going to do a shift enter here. Material safety lookup is not looking right, so let's make sure we deal with that as well. I may not highlight that one. Let's just go with a text color, and we can go with a bit of a lighter red, and that should be nice and easy to see. I'm going to do the same thing here, just on that little space. It'll look better in the long run, trust me. So for highlight, we're going to click none. And then we're going to just reselect this point here, text color, highlight red, and that looks much better. So this is blaringly obvious now, and it should look fairly good on the marketplace. We can actually stop what we're doing here for a moment and preview this. Though I'm probably going to want to end up making this text larger. Let's see. I wish there was just a text size. This isn't quite as intuitive as I would hope. Also, I hate when you change the heading size. Do your sizing before you do your coloring, because we keep having to redo this. Text white. Important note. Boom. All right, that looks clean. Let's save it and take a look. We shouldn't need you anymore. Is there anything else we have to add? I guess just the 2-hour and 3-hour stuff. All right, reload. And let's scroll down a little bit here. And there it is. Important note. That's nice and bright. Hard to miss. We've got it. The link is standing out. Refunds will not be issued. Blah, 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 blah. This all looks really good. I'm happy with that. And then you scroll down into this section here. This section does have a kind of like a title to it as well. If we look at the training page, it says, "Come prepared, how to make the most out of your coaching sessions allotted time." I like that too. I want to make sure we use that. So let's add that in really quick. And then I think we're done. I think that's the last thing we have to do in the description. And we can start kind of working on the rest of the product because there's a lot more to set up here. But first, let's kind of, separate this area from everything else with a nice little title section. So we need to pick a heading. Let's go heading 2 for this. Come prepared. And then I don't even remember the verbiage. I want it to be identical for a consistent website experience. How to make the most out of your coaching sessions allotted time. That's good. Let's just move these together. There's too many Chrome windows open and I'm too old for this. Okay. Product listing. Come prepared. How to make the most out of your coaching sessions allotted time. That's great. Might even go heading 1 on this bad boy right here. I really do want this to kind of feel like its own area. And we can even add a line break. So let's add a line. Boom, line. There we go. Line. That's easy. Probably don't even need that. So come prepared, yada, yada, yada. You read the disclaimer. We have the little kind of like highlight notes here. We can set those to italic. That looks nice. Maybe throw a bold on this. Boop. And we're done. I think we're done. So we'll go ahead and save that. One last look at the description, and then we'll move right along. We're making progress, guys. We're doing it. So here's the listing page. Let's see, where's 100%? Right here. Scroll down. Don't go it alone. We got that bold. The italic looks good. We've got our little heading image. We have our note. We've got our line. It's black on dark gray, but you can see it. It's meant to be subtle. Come prepared. How to make the most out of your coaching sessions allotted time. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 points. And that is that's pretty solid right there. So I'm happy with that. That looks good. Let's see. Willie says typesetting is extremely important. It's ingrained in our minds. If the flow is wrong, we do not read it or lose the momentum. It is one of the biggest experiences in book editing. Interesting. Come prepared. Blah, 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 blah. Just looking over this one last time, and I think that looks pretty good. We need a product image. That's a big blaring thing that's missing right now. And the one thing I want to point out is if we can get this to load. Some of these look so nice because they're like nice and square. And then other ones, looking at you, Michael, are just like bars. That first product image, we should really try to keep square because it makes things look nice, so we want like a nice clean image. This one is really good. This one's great over here by Never Designs. A nice clean image for that first product image so that it meshes well with everything else. It just looks like kind of tossed in when it's not the right dimensions. And most of these, I believe, are a 1-to-1 crop or fairly close to a 1-to-1 crop. I don't think the actual image size matters all that much. I think it's more about the proportions. You can see Mactron's on top of it here with their listings, very consistent as far as the sizing goes. So just something I want to point out. And the reason I'm saying that is because we have this really nice 1-hour banner here that we made. But we don't, this is far from a square, and it's going to look terrible if we throw it up here, despite the wide ratio of the placeholder image. So we need to do something about this, and I'm probably going to cheat. I'm probably going to be a cheater. So I'm going to come in here. We're going to do a picture. We're going to make it 1,000 by 1,000, just like a nice high res, crisp image. And I actually don't, because I'm a dummy, I do not have the originals of those images anymore, wherever they are. Where are we? Desktop. Let's try downloads. Yeah, I don't have the Photoshop files for these, so we're gonna have to get creative because I'd still really like to integrate it. So what I think I'm gonna do is drop this down in here like this, and I'm gonna kind of expand it so it fills out edge to edge. We'll bring it down to the center, and then we can do something like, I don't know, we'll pick like our normal gray, bring that behind. We can even make this, I don't know, you could probably make it a lighter gray, maybe like a store gray. That looks pretty good. We can give this here, let's give this a little drop shadow. All right, that's a little too much. There we go, something like that, so that it has some depth. You know, we can feel like some distance. Lower the opacity on that a little bit too. There we go. Look at that. That's feeling kind of 3D now. That looks pretty good. We'll hit OK. And then we need to tell people what it is, right? There's not really a product image. I mean, we could reuse like our Google Meet photo, might be a good idea. Where are you? I don't remember where all these pictures go because I'm unorganized. Oh yeah, look at that right there. That actually looks pretty good too. So we'll drop that in, and we want this to be behind because we don't want to lose our drop shadow from our 1 hour here. So we'll put that behind, and then we can't really see the drop shadow because of the dark bar from Google Meet. So what I'll do is kind of do something like this. I don't know if I like this image. Probably gonna have to go with something fresh. So let's go back online. Google Meet. Kind of nice Google Meet picture. Oh. Let's see. Maybe even just like the logo. Could be good. Oh, I like that. All right, let's get this. Snap that right there. And then we'll do video support call. Or just video support. And I'm actually going to go back to Pixabay for this. I just told you guys about Pixabay. Pixabay. There it is. Video support. Search. We get something along the lines of what we need here. All right, video support's kind of weak. Let's try IT support. That's better. I kind of like that. Oh, it's an iStock image. Damn. It's from the top. I knew it was too good. It's rough. How about tech support? Give me something, guys. Come on. A bunch of great stock images that you have to pay for. I really don't want to buy iStock credits right now. There's another website that I really like. Where is it? Pexels. This one's good too. Pexels. See if we can get something better from here. Support. That's pretty funny. Man, I hate all of these. They're so corporate. I've lost track of what we're doing. I need to look at Photoshop again. We need something from here. Or for here, rather. Oh, you know what? Here's another great resource for you guys. We'll reward you for sticking around. If you haven't already checked it out, I don't think stock photos are working out, but we'll check out one of my other fun places. I really like the Noun Project. The Noun Project costs money, not a lot of money, but it costs money, and you get icons for basically everything, which is pretty cool. So if we type in tech support, you can actually like find like icons for that kind of stuff, which is super cool, like the wrench and the gear. And you can download them in SVG and transparent PNG, and you can even customize them before you save them. Like, you know, if I wanted to go black with a background of yellow, like you can do that. It's just a really neat little thing. I pay for this, and it's great. Tech support. They have photos too. I haven't tried their photo search before. Oh, these are better. These are a lot better. I actually kind of like this little series of images here. .548 by 365. That's fine. I don't really need it to be super big. Download. Oh, you must attribute. I don't want to do an attribution in my product listing. That's a bummer. Okay, we'll go back. This is real life, guys. This is work. All right, so anything with those people is out right away. We just got to skip all of that and keep going. Robotic arms, people talking, stupid idiots at computers. This is rough. That's kind of dope. That's very pink. No edits. Ugh, stupid. All right, well, we're out of here. Maybe we'll just go text. You know, I'm not seeing it right now. If I find something I like later, we'll do it later. But for now, let's just change this. We got to move on. Let's change this rectangle. Go for a darker gray. And then we'll grab some nice white. Whoop, nope, undo. White text on there. Laser training. Make it a yellow and make it big. Laser training. Something like that. I don't know. This isn't going to be perfect, guys. I'm going to have to spend more time on this later. Laser training. I have my own stock images. Screw them. Assets. Photos. Studio. Since this is the 1 hour, we'll go with like the CO2 laser. We'll go with the Eon. Something like that. Let's drop that down. Bring this up. Yellow is not going to work for me anymore. We'll go white. Filter. Blur. Gaussian blur. Yeah, that's much better. And a little blurrier. No, too blurry. 3.5. Good. We want to see this. So let's give this a layer style. We're going to come in. What's a stroke look like if we go with like a black stroke? Laser training. It's okay. I think I prefer the drop shadow. Turn that opacity up so it's nice and legible. Two coaches, 1 hour. It's okay. I really hate it, actually, if I'm being completely honest. Like, just get rid of that completely. Dual coach, 1 hour. I'll have to fix our drop shadow a little bit, but that works. Certainly better. Dual coach, 1 hour. And then let's grab that Google Meet photo that we had earlier. Hope you guys are learning something. Sorry in advance if you're not. Google Meet. Here's my little Google Meet logo. What's this one? Let's give this a stroke. Yeah. That looks pretty good. No, whoa, outside. Overprint, not helping us. Gradient pattern, color. Oh, no, we don't want multiple strokes. It's a little bubbly for me. I'd like a harder edge, but I mean, I can live with it. Certainly better than what we had before. Google Meet. That's fine. All right. So we got our Google Meet. We got our stuff up here. Just going to fix those shadows really quick. Drop shadow. Really, it's just pulling the opacity down. It's just very dark. 80, distance, size. Yeah, the size is kind of killing us too. Spread. 433.9. Let's try that on the laser training header. Drop shadow. 433.9. Much better. Much better. Much better. What about something like this at the top here? that's not too bad. At some point, I need to put a picture of like me and the guys in there because it's not going to sell very well if people can't see us. But as just a placeholder so we can move on today, I think this is good. Laser training. Opacity is still a little heavy on that. We don't need quite as much because we're not on a busy background anymore. 54% on that. 54%. Oh no, that's the whole thing. My bad. Drop shadow. 54. That's good. I might do a color overlay on this though. Change the color there. Nope, not outer glow. Color overlay. Let's select a new color. And it's just going to be like an off-white instead of white because it's a subtitle. Dual coach, 1 hour. That's a little dark. Something like that. Looks pretty good right there. And we're on Google Meet. If I really wanted to get fancy with this on top of the stroke, we could do an outer glow just to give it a little shine. Turn that opacity way up. Bump the size. Bump the spread a little bit. There you go. Now it's got a little bit of a sparkle. It just makes it stand out. That's better. The way we were doing it before did not work for me at all. So, yeah, over it. So this is our product image. That's fine. There's not going to be a lot of product images because there aren't going to be a lot of product images. I mean, that's just how it is. So we'll call this coaching product 1 hour main. I'll save that to the desktop. That looks good. Let's get that online here. I know, 2 girls, right? Yes, I know. Stop sending me that stupid HTML error. Oh my God, it's so annoying. All right, so we have our description. Where's our product photos? Here, images. Let's get this dumped in and actually have a real listing and get this out of my downloads folder because we are not using that. There you are, top right. Look at that. Good. Options type, global. Exceptions type, global. Just leave those alone. SKU. 2 coach, 1 hour, laser everything. There we go. Or, well, I guess it would be the other way. Laser everything, 2 coach, 1 hour. That's a nice SKU. List price, $249. I don't know. We could put it on sale. You know, I could say 300. I could say 500. The hourly rate for one of us, and you're getting 2 of us. You know, you can put whatever you want here, and you're going to come up with a sale, even though it always planned on a $249 price tag for it. That's dirty. I'm not going to do that, but you could. In stock, I don't know, 1,000. It doesn't really matter because it's a booking thing. 0 price action. Nothing. Doesn't matter. Track inventory. Global. Oh, we can shit no. We need to track inventory on this. Minimum quantity to buy per product. Maximum quantity. Quantity step. Number of quantities available. None of that applies to this. Nothing in more information. So I think we're done on the main page and we can hit save. Product tax code is not required, and 99% of what is going to be sold on this marketplace, 99.9% of what is going to be sold on this marketplace is never going to be in this list. So feel free to scroll through it if you have an inkling that you might be selling something that gets specialty, taxing, but I doubt it very, very much. We went through that by hand, and I've never seen anything that I would think would ever show up on our market. Okay, this should be saved. We should have a product listing. Let's refresh. There it is. I mean, what else can you say about it? It's digital coaching course. We could definitely add more products to this easily by screenshotting our website. You know, there's some cool stuff we can do, some cool tricks here. So, for example, I can grab this guy right here because we put all the work into this. Like, why not use it? You know, I'm going to grab this guy, this one, and this one. And we can even do like our warning notice. This would be a great time to take the one off the website that I wanted to grab. So we'll grab this one right here. All right, I was a little short on that. Let's try that one again. There we go. That's better. We can even do these. I mean, like there's literally like this is where we kind of get some more options. So I'm just taking screenshots right now. It literally doesn't matter. I'm just gonna grab that about there. Same for this one, trying to be accurate so I don't have to do a bunch of extra work in Photoshop. And the 3-hour one, super easy. Boom. All right, so now we've got a bunch of product images that are super easy. We've got our nice kind of like stock one that we're going to use. But now we've got some extra stuff that we can work with. So we've got our template here. We don't need any of this anymore at all. We could probably keep the Google Meet like down in the corner like this. That could be cool. And this is going to come down here like that. Gotta turn that stroke way down. Way down. That looks pretty good. And we do not need that glow anymore. Ugh, this doesn't look very good at all, actually. I might just lose that too. And we'll hit OK. Let's come back up here. Get our gray back. Oh my God, 17. Nice. Okay, now we're going to go into our screenshots folder and we're going to find all that crap we just took screenshots of and make a bunch of product photos. And like, you see what I'm doing here? So I just want to point this out too. We're using that same template so that all of our product photos are the same size. But the background here is different or is the same as the background here. If this was a different color, I'd change this background color. And then people don't even notice that you're using a template, right? So like we need this 1-hour one. And as I expand this, like right up to where the Google Meet's going to be and drop it in, that just looks like a nice product photo. That's done. File, save as a copy. Just a touch to the right. So we'll save as a copy and we will save this as a JPEG. Where's our main photo? 1 hour. And then we'll just call this 1, save. And then we can do the same thing with the note, right? Super, super duper easy for us to do right now. So we'll just junk this. We'll drop this in. And we could do this 2 ways. We could just kind of leave it there in the center like that if we wanted to do that. Or we could take this, grab the fill color over here, and just snag it from there with the dropper. Boom. And there's 2. you know, so that's also pretty easy. If we didn't like the way this Google Meet looked down here, we could double click and do a color overlay. Oop, not a gradient overlay, color overlay, and just set it to white. Just like that. Great. File, save as a copy. We'll call this one coaching product. This will work for all of them, so we can just call this warning. Done. Next up, let's see, we want the Learn Google Meet one, so we'll drop that in. Resize that. Same thing, guys, right here. We're just going to get rid of that warning picture. We'll select the rectangle, get our dropper tool, and done. There's a product photo. And they're all going to be the same size, so it's going to look really nice. So we'll save this one as coaching product Meet. And then we're just going to do all of them, which is pretty easy. So the right system, we'll just make sure this is about the right size. Something like that should be good. And you see our Google Meet down here, no worries. We'll just bring that over the image in the layers panel, and you can't even tell, which is perfect. So that looks great. Let's save that one. JPEG. Instead of Meet, we'll call this one, oops, system. Boop, boop, boo. Here's hardware. Same thing. We'll get this about the right size. Nudge that so it's in the right spot. Bring our Google Meet on top. Delete the old image. This one's a little bit stubborn. So we're just going to have to go a little smaller with it. That's all. That's fine. There we go. A little less crowded. Save this one. JPEG. Which one was this? Hardware. And then last but not least, our plan. So we'll drop that one in. About the same size, get rid of the old one. There's the new one. This one's a little more off center. We're going to want that more like here. File, save as a copy, JPEG, hardware, and this one we'll call plan. All right, did we miss any? We'll come back and do the 2-hour and 3-hour ones after when we actually need them. But for now, I think we've got them all. So we'll just come back in here. We'll go to our product listings. Come to our photos. We'll just add all of the product photos that we just made. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open. Let's make our warning first. Then we want to go to Learn Google Meet, hardware ready, plan for your needs, the right system. You can add alt text too, which is good for SEO optimization. So we can say, it's not coaching warning. Learn Google Meet. Hardware ready. Plan for your needs. And right system. And then I think we can do that for our main too. Let's do that. Laser coaching, comma, 2 coaches, 1 hour. Done. So that looks really good too. Let's save that. And let's see what it looks like with a bunch of pictures. So we should get a little gallery over here now. And there we go. So we can now click through our gallery and people can actually see some of this stuff. So if they don't even make it down to the description, that's okay. We've got some extra photos in here that show off some of that important stuff. That looks really good. I'm really happy with that. I'm kind of interested now at this point, because we've gotten a lot of the setup done, to see what it's going to look like on the storefront. And we should have newest or recently viewed right here. So that looks good. Yeah, and that should just take us back to the listing. So there it is. I am super happy with this. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. And I think we're going to take a quick break. I just had to get up and stretch for a minute. My back is killing me. And then we'll move on. We'll start doing some of the more complicated stuff. But the basic listing is up. We can duplicate this now a bunch of times and make as many different like coaching listings as we want for different times and just customize the details, which is great. So we're off to a really, really good start here. Oh, there's nothing in chat. Okay, so you guys just hang tight and I will be back in like 2 minutes. All right, I'm back. Got a piss in. I'm a fat bastard now, and I'm not used to that because I'm a skinny guy. If you guys relate, I realized I was wearing a belt, and I like took it off, and it is like indented into my fat gut. So shout out in the chat if you know that feeling. That's uncomfortable. I lost the belt. Still haven't had breakfast yet. I'm running on Coca-Cola at the moment. Just finished a can, opening up another one. All right. Let's get this done. Continuing onwards. Oh, God. Gonna do the old pants unbutton, actually. Oh, my God. All right. Whew, bending over this desk, man. No good. All right, we're here. We're back. Sorry for the delay. Just like not getting blood in my body, so I had to move. Okay, so we've got a nice description. We've got our little header image here. That's probably a little large, but it's also important for people to know what they're buying, which is 1 hour. So I'll probably leave it. So what do we have to make this work now. This doesn't do anything yet. It's just here. People are going to give me $250 and they're going to get nothing. So we have to do a little setup. So let's go to shipping properties first. There is no shipping on this. It's a digital product. So free shipping right there. Also, there is a booking system link here. I clicked that earlier. We want to make sure that that's checked because that will affect how people check out. We want to make sure that they are checking out appropriately. Is this helpful for you guys so far? Are you guys getting something out of this? I hope that it's helpful and not just boring. So we're just gonna make sure free shipping is checked, and since nothing else applies, we're just gonna leave it all blank. And we're gonna save our changes on each page. I don't think we have to save our changes on each page, but we're going to do it anyway, just to be sure. Options. If I wanted to, I could create an option here for like a 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, but I'm going to make separate listings instead. Just because I can. If I wanted to, though, we could create an option. So we would call this time, and we can add time, and then we could create variants 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and then we go to advanced option creation, and we've got time, position, vendor, type. We'll just make it a checkbox or a radio group, I guess. A checkbox, you can select more than one. A radio group, you have to pick one. And then we would just give our variants. So we would just fill all of that out and then come to variants. And here we can, so this is an important modifier. So for 1 hour, we can add $0 to the base price. For 2 hours, we can add $250, and for 3 hours, we can add $500. And that's it. We hit create. It'll create a bunch of options that the user can then pick down from a group of radio buttons in the listing. I'm not going to do that right now because that's not how I want this listing set up. But if you wanted to, you could. You certainly could do that. So let's move on to features. Okay, and then I want to make sure that option cleared. Let's just delete that. There we go. Features, file type. Doesn't really apply to us. Session length, minutes. This is important. So let's type 60. Done. Topic. Just drop this down. Art prep, Illustrator. So you could pick something in here if you wanted to. I'm going to leave mine blank. Though you could create listings for these separate options, and you could create new options. So this was something that we were working on before, was that we wanted vendors to be able to add their own variants when they're filling out features. Now you can. So if there's something in here I don't see, like this was a diode laser coaching session, I could type diode laser, and it's not going to populate, so we can add it to the list just like that, which is very easy. That's how I always wanted this to work, and now it works that way. But this isn't a coaching session for Diode. This is just a general coaching session. So I'm just going to leave that blank. So we filled out our 60 minutes. We're going to save, and then we're going to be ready to move on. Variations, not really relevant for this right now. We'll talk about that in a different episode when we're doing some physical products. SEO, this is what we want. So SEO name, so this is going to show up within this category and this subcategory, and then it's going to get its own URL, a dedicated URL. So we could do like laser training 1 hour, and that will search better than dual coach 1 hour, right? Laser training 1 hour. I want to keep that because that's going to search really well. If you've already started getting traffic and you're changing this SEO name, you want to check this box, create a redirect from old URL. That way, if you have it linked anywhere else, it will take them to this page. If you don't have any traffic coming to this listing yet, you can uncheck that box. It will just keep resources, less consumed by the site. So page title, dual coach, 1 hour laser training. Laser engraving training. There we go. And this is how, so Google Rich Snippets, you guys are probably familiar with this. When you search for something on Google, this is what's going to show up, and it's going to give you a preview here and show you how these things are going to look. So meta description is going to be text like this, okay? And it's just a very basic paragraph, so we don't want to overcomplicate it. We're going to grab a very, very limited selection here from our existing listing and use that for our meta description. So we're going to come to our Google Meet listing here. And I mean, this is probably enough. So we'll grab this, we'll dump that in. Let's see how that looks. I'll go to loan, blah, blah, blah. I want to learn the material, and it cuts off. That's okay. Google's actually probably going to show a little bit more than what's being previewed here. This doesn't look like the right number of characters. And the meta keywords, same thing, guys. This is just keywords that people are going to search for that you want this to show up. So laser training, laser coaching, laser engraving setup.
Here's the result I found.
Oh my God,
search.
I'm not talking to you. Leave me alone. What else do we want to put in here? Laser training hourly. Get help with laser engraving machine. I don't know, something like this. I'll probably have Amanda actually take a closer look at this later. There's a lot of tools online to help you pick meta keywords so that you're picking good keywords for your stuff. Might put in laser everything because we do get searched fairly regularly now. MakerREMIX to future-proof it. Affordable laser coaching, something like that. That's enough. That's good. I'd probably say 10 to 30 meta keywords. The less you use, my understanding, I'm not an SEO expert, but the less you use, like the more potent they are, but the more you use, the wider of a net you're casting. It's kind of my basic understanding of this. You do want to fill out your metadata though, because if you don't fill this out, imagine your product coming up on Google in a search and it's like blank, or just has like some default header. You really want to be in control of that. So that is very important. So with that done, we're going to hit save. I had to make a run to the store to get stuff for cream of mushrooms, smothered pork chops. Damn, that smells so good. I can smell it myself, like right now. Digital file inventory, not relevant. They're not buying a file, so we're not uploading a file. Booking system, here we go. Select booking. I thought we fixed this. Where is appointment booking? This is not ideal. We should have one in here that says appointment booking, and it is not currently showing up. So now I need to veer off course here. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. This is a big problem. So let's go to add-ons. Booking system. Well, this isn't a hard stop, but we're definitely going to have to look into this a little bit more. 2, 3, 4, 5. Not much there. We'll have to look into it. Eventually there will be one in here, I guess. I swore this was done. It should say appointment booking, which we would select. And then we need to authorize ourselves to create a Google Meet event. So this all works through your Google account. If you don't have a Google account, you'll have to sign up for one if you want to use these features. This app's request is invalid. You can't sign up. Valid request. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, another error. URI mismatch. Stellar. Oh, shit. My booking system is broken. am I doing in maps? This isn't what I wanted. Places, routes. No. Calendar. Redirect URI. What is booking commerce? I don't think this is going to fix it. I'm really sorry, guys. This really ground us to the halt, but I'm going to have to go make a ticket about this. We need to get this fixed as soon as possible. Well, I know what I'm doing with the rest of my day today. That is disappointing. To say the least. All right. Well, let's see. What can we do? At some point, you'll be able to click this button, I guess, and link your Google account. Is the long and short of it. Here are your block dates. So if you're never going to do a Sunday, you can click all the Sundays. So just come through. You can block all the Sundays off, and they will never be able to, even if there is a Sunday timing on here, like those dates won't be available. So you can set Sunday timing, and like if those Sundays it's okay, then the Sunday timing will apply to the dates that are unclicked. Whereas, if we didn't check these at all, it would just be every single Sunday is available. So you can use this to block specific dates up here, which is handy. Let's make sure we get all these unblocked. All right, good. And then down here, you're setting your schedule, your shifts, if you will, right? So if I'm available for coaching Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I can start coaching at 8 a.m. and I can go until, let's say I'm available until 10 p.m., right? So 8 to 10. We'll set that for each of the days that we have availability. So I'm just going to keep going down here. I guess I could type and it'd probably be faster. 7:30, 8, 9, 10, 10 p.m. And one last day on Friday. a.m. 8. And we're available until 10. There we go. And once that is saved, we can click booking slots. And here it will show us all of our booking slots. Now, in order to see booking slots, there's a reason we don't have booking slots. It's because our book time is 0 minutes and our break time is 0 minutes. So what do these mean? Well, our book time is how long our sessions are going to be. Since we are doing a 1-hour coaching, right, we're going to book for 60 minutes. And then break time is how long we want between appointments, right? So if I don't want 2 consecutive hours, if I don't want 2 hours right next to each other, we could give ourselves a 5-minute break to give a gap, or we could give ourselves a 60-minute break so that it's an hour on, an hour off, or we could give ourselves a 30-minute break. It's an hour on, a half hour off, so that we have time to reset and prepare for our next client. And that's going to be key. Once we save these changes, we'll save the changes. You'll see how those booking slots are generated. So now if we click booking slots, you can see right here, all of those slots have been generated. So it's 8 to 9, then 9:30 to 10:30, because again, from 9 to 9:30, it's a break, right? So it automates all of that for you. Then another half-hour break brings you to 11, 11 to 12. Another half-hour break brings you to 12:30, and then an hour session, half-hour break, hour session, half-hour break, hour session, so on and so forth, until we get to 9 p.m. At 9 p.m., we would require a half-hour break in order for this to work. So it would be 9 to 9:30, and then we set our max at 10, and we can't fit a 1-hour session between 9:30 and 10. Thus, our schedule is booked. So we're booked up. If we have availability, right, and this is kind of cool too. We can come in here and put 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. And it will only take one person. But if we wanted to do like a group class, we could put 10, and 10 people could buy that product for that booking time, and you would have 10 people showing up for your meeting. So that's something to be aware of as well. And then we can save those changes. And there we go. Amount saved. Your changes have been saved. We're going to do that for the rest of our booking slots here really quick, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like on the front end. We'll just set these all to 1 because we only want to sell 1 seat per booking time. So these are supposed to be like 1-on-1 or 2-on-1, I guess. 2 coaches, 1 customer. So we'll set these all to 1 here. Great. And that should be it. Date from and date to is just the dates that this schedule down here will be in effect for. So we could, leave this at the 3rd of September, and then we can go to, let's say we want to do these a month at a time, right? So I don't want to commit to anything in October yet. I just want to do September. There we go, 30th of September, 2023. And we'll just save this again. Let that go. And then if we reload our listing here, we should see some booking options now. So here we go. So now you can see Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm available for booking. If we click one of those dates, it's going to select that date for our checkout, and then we can see the available booking slots for those dates. If someone has already gotten the 9:30 to 10:30 slot, it will not show up in this list. Nobody's had the opportunity to buy any of these slots yet. So we still have like all of the options available. But these are those booking slots. And that's why we were setting the amount to 1, because that is wherever it is in here in booking slots. Availability is how many it will sell of a certain time slot until it hides it from the list, right? And we don't want to double book ourselves, so we're setting these all to 1 before we, screw ourselves over and we have 2 appointments for the same time and day. So you would just come in, set all of these times up, basically one and done, and then you're finished. And then when September's over, you can come in and we'll just change this to October. You can do this the day before and October here, and we'll just set this from the 1st to the 31st and then make any changes we have to make to our schedule for that month and save, and then we'll only be available in October. So we'll save that. Here we will reload. And now you can see all of the September dates are gone. We can no longer book any dates in September. But if we go to October, now we've got a bunch of options again right here, which is really nice. Now, part of what's not working right now, which is very upsetting to me at the moment, because this is what I really wanted to show you, is that when you sign in with your Google account, and I guess technically this will work as is, right? You can book this slot. You can add the booking. It'll still check out. It'll still mark this time as used. So it technically works. But one of the cool things about how this integration here with the booking system is set up is that when the customer checks out, it sends you and the customer a link to an automatically generated Google Meet using the API and your Google credentials. It's so cool. It's like the most automated thing on the entire site. And I'm just really upset that that's not working right now, because I really wanted to show that off today. So again, you could use it like this technically right now, but you'd have to create a Google Meet, find the customer's information, send them the link, right? They'd have to confirm that they were coming and that the, Google whatever, blah, blah, blah. You'd have to track that link in your email. You wouldn't be able to lose it. Right here, it would literally just show up. Again, booking settings, we just have the blackout dates. But under my, let's see, orders, you've got your booked orders. So the orders that have come in that have been booked, and your booking links. So it'll literally link those appointments for you in a nice list so that you know which appointments you have coming up. And you can access them all right from your vendor backend, which is insanely useful. So for that reason, again, just a little disappointed that this isn't working right now, but we are going to have to move on because we have other stuff that we have to talk about before we can wrap up today. So I'm going to come back to products, listings. There's our dual coach 1 hour listing right there. Whew. Let's see, search engine optimization. Where were we at? Oh yeah, the booking system here. So, assuming we have our schedule set up correctly, we're done. We can save this product. I think that's everything that we have to fill out for it, actually. So we might be done today, just because that booking thing is not working at the moment. Because I was going to actually like purchase a booking session, show you guys where the links go up and things like that. But I guess I can't show you that yet, which again really sucks. I will get in touch with the devs after this live stream and see if I can get kind of like an emergency fix on that, because it doesn't seem like it's a really big issue. I feel like I was already just back there for 5 minutes trying to fix it. But it's just a little bit over my head, and I am not editing the code directly. So, all right. So what if we want to duplicate this now for 2 hours It should be fairly easy. We can select this. Can we not clone a product? Actions. Clone selected. Good. That was scary for a second. So we can clone this. Products have been successfully cloned. Good. We like that. Let's go back to listings. And there's the clone right there. It's currently disabled. So we just come in and make the changes we need to make this a 2 hours. So this would be $499.99. Things like our images, right, would have to be swapped out. So we'd want to like get rid of that one. Add the line break in. Add the new one. It's going to be our 2 hour. Nope, that's the old one. Downloads. 2 hour. Open. Good. Insert. Excellent. Right where we left it. Just going to scan through this, make sure that we aren't missing something important. Allotted. Is that right? I don't think that's right. Learn Google Meet. That's still the same. This has to be swapped out. That's our main product image right there. So let's go ahead and remove that. And we're going to add a new one. Please still be open in Photoshop. Oh my God, why don't I ever save anything? Maybe we can undo enough times to get this back. Come on, baby. Come on. So close, so close. There we go. Excellent. So this one we want to call it like 2 hour. That's fine. And then we'll swap the image just so that there's some difference between them on our storefront. So let's go to Drive. This one's kind of cool. It's a little small, but I like the way it looks. Let's go with that one. So we got our CO2 laser there for that one, and then we'll come in and we'll drop this one in here. Yeah, that's not a bad resize. We're just resizing that a little bit. I kind of want the part that's in focus to be like a little more down here. And then we'll put the same Gaussian blur on it. And there we go. We'll save as a copy. JPEG. Where's our old one? Here. We're just going to change 1 hour to 2 hours. Save it. And then let's do a 3 hour one. I already know exactly which picture I'm going to use for this one. We can get rid of that. Back into Photo Studio. And I love this picture of the inside of the SFX a lot. It's a very good picture. So we're going to use that one here for that. And the Google Meet on that background looks just a little bright. So we're going to turn that opacity down a little bit. There we go. It's better. File, save as a copy. Drop this down, JPEG. And we'll overwrite the 2 hour. We're just going to change that 2 to 3. So I have that for when I do my next clone. And I'm going to save this Photoshop document now. I wish I did it earlier and I didn't. So let's save this as coaching product _main. That way we have the Photoshop document. We can come back in and just swap this out. If I want to do a 30-minute one at some point or a 5-hour one, I'll be able to make a new header image that matches the other ones exactly. And we'll close this. Let's get Chrome back open. And we're going to add that new main product image, which should be somewhere. Here it is, 2 hours, open. I can change these later. Alt text, I did not account for. Let's recover that and copy the alt text out of here. Copy, paste, 1 hour. And we're going to change this to 2, TWUO, 2 hour. Okay, good. And then now we can actually delete that and get rid of it and save. So save our changes before we get too far ahead of ourselves. Title, that's a big one. We didn't do that. 2 hours, done. A lot of this stuff we don't have to mess with because it came over in the clone, including our whole description and all that fun stuff. Track inventory, no. These can honestly be set to 0 because we're not tracking inventory. We set inventory to do not track. And we're done in there. So we can save this. Let's just check everything else. Shipping properties, options. We're just going to fly through these really quick. Session length, 120 minutes. Let's save that. Good. No variance, SEO. So we just need to change some of these SEO things in here. So we'll change that 1 hour to 2 hour, get rid of the clone. We'll change our page title here, 2 hour laser engraving training. Rest of this looks good. I'm just kind of skimming here. We'll save that. And then no files, booking system. You can add different time slots in here. So like maybe we do the 1 hours on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So maybe we'll do the 2 hours on Tuesday and Thursday. Same thing. We're going to set a time. The other way you could do this is we could do for the 1 hours, we could do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 until noon. And then from 1 until 10, we do the 2 hours, so you can break it up kind of however you want to. For now, I'm going to do Tuesday and Thursday timing. And we will say, like 8 to 10 on those as well, just because that's how we have the other listing set up already. Though I'd probably offer different time periods on the same days. So I'd probably break it up by the part of the day. Like maybe we do 1 hour in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, 3 hours in the evening, something along those lines to provide more availability. That's very coaching specific advice, but I'm just saying that's how I would and probably will end up organizing these time slots once I have a time to actually sit down with my calendar and fill these out appropriately. Booking slots, we got to make sure we come in. Book time, so 120 minutes, right? This is 2 hours. And then break time, 30 minutes. This is going to change. Our booking slots are going to be, there's going to be far fewer. In fact, we have none. Why is that? 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., 120 minutes. We should, did I not save? We'll have to save. Oh, why? Why are you doing this to me? Is it because that wasn't set? Save. Tuesday, Thursday, 8 o'clock a.m., 10 o'clock. It's much faster to type. I was being lazy. Probably should have just done that to start with. 8 o'clock a.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. Save. Please save. Please update booking slots every time you update the book time. Oh, select booking. I forgot about this. Table booking. There we go. That should fix it. Let's save. And Tuesday, Thursday, 8 o'clock a.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. But don't forget to do that. I forgot to do that. Whoops. a.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. Save. These should stay saved now. Yes, they do, because we select table booking, which again should be appointment booking. I'll talk about that later. Booking slots. Now you can see. So 8 to 10, that's 2 hours and then a half-hour break. 10:30 to 12:30 is 2 hours, half-hour break. 1 to 3, half-hour break. 3:30 to 5:30, half-hour to break, etc., etc. Same thing here, right? We're running to 10 o'clock is our max time. 8 p.m., half-hour break puts us at 8:30, and then a 2-hour session puts us at 10:30. So we're going over our 10 o'clock max, in which case we don't have an option for that booking slot at all because the system recognizes we don't have time for it. If, just to show you guys, proof of concept here, I change this time to 10:30 and we save. And we come into our booking slots. You will now see nothing. Why? Does the break time have to be after? So it would be 8 to 8:30, and then 8:30 to 10:30. Do we need another half-hour break in order for that to register? So that would put us at 11, a half-hour break afterwards. So let's save. Booking slots. Yes. So it wants the half-hour break to come after your last appointment. It's not looking at before. It's not looking at the break before. It's looking at the break after. So we have to set our max time there to 11 p.m., even though this ends at 10:30, then a half-hour break, then it's over. You can tell this is new because the availability is set to 0, while everything else is set to 1. Save. And done. So that is how we fix that. It's a little obnoxious, but fine. Easy enough to work around if you have taken the time to figure out what you're doing. And let's continue on here. Product bundles, nothing. Reviews, nothing. Irrelevant. All right, we're all done. We save it. Let it finish. Come back to the catalog. Let's head to our storefront. And it's not showing up. Why? Because we did not enable this product listing yet, which is something I often forget to do. It's just there so that while you are making changes, people aren't like watching you constantly change things. So we can just set that to active and save again. And here's kind of something neat too. If we set this to hidden, the URL will, or the product is not going to show up in the list, but I'm fairly certain you can still visit the listing via the URL. So if you wanted to offer special pricing to somebody, you could be able to do that this way. Let's test that really quick. So I'm going to set that to active. We'll save. Just let that finish. Let's reload. We should see our thing now because we set it to active. There it is. Dual coach, 2 hours. And let's get the URL for this. Here it is, dual coach 2 hour. We're going to copy that. That's the other thing. We did not fix our SEO name. Let's fix that as well. So here, I believe on the 1 hour, we set the, let's get rid of this, 0, because we're not tracking inventory. So let's make that change first. And then the other thing somewhere in here is here, we made that laser training 1 hour. We did not set that in the other listing. So we have to go back and let's find it. Just totally out of here. Back into the 2 hours. SEO. There it is. Dual coach 2 hour. Let's paste that in. Laser training. And then replace that 2 hour. Done. Save. Whew, all right. So refresh. Now it's laser training 2 hour. We're going to copy this URL. So I'm copying that URL out. That's my secret URL. Hopefully. I hope this works. That would be really cool if this works right now. So if we change this not to disabled, but to hidden. Okay. Changes have been saved. We come back to our storefront. It's not there. We can't click on it. But if I paste that URL in, we get to view the listing. That's awesome. So that means like if you want to have special pricing, then that you want to offer to some people but not others for whatever reason, you're doing a promotion or something, you can hide it from the general list so that the public can't find it in search, but you can still dish out the link so that the people that you want to have the link can have the link. And I think that's also very cool. We don't want to keep it that way. So let's first of all change this to active. I see you guys mentioning the SKU. We did not change the SKU. So let's get that SKU changed as well. It should be down here. Laser everything, 2 coaches, 2 hours. So that's 2H, save. And that's looking pretty good too. So our shop is looking legit now. It actually looks legit. We've got a couple products. They've got pricing. We've got nice, descriptions that we've put a lot of time into to make our descriptions look really nice. You can see, you'll notice under features, session length, 120 minutes. So you can compare coaching courses. If you really wanted to compare them, you could. We're also getting the session length over here, 120 minutes. So that's showing up as well. One thing we have not talked about yet, which I meant to talk about much earlier, and we haven't, we've just totally breezed over, is this right here. This is called vendor perks. Okay. And this is like supposed to be like special information to get people to click the ad booking button once they've kind of gotten themselves settled on using you. And these are all editable in like 100% editable inside your vendor panel. So if we come up to product listings and we come to my store, did we save the changes here? We did. We can go to store perks. It's right there, store perks. Just give it a second to load. And here we go. So we've got the why us, and you can literally fill this out with whatever you want to do. We're experts in the industry, patient with all customers, patient with people of all skill levels, and I don't know, the best in the biz. We can, I don't know, we're here to help you, something like that. So that's good. Our guarantee. So if we have a guarantee or something like that, we could put that in here. We will do everything in our power to make sure you walk away with a complete understanding of the topics at hand. That's our promise to you. And then customer support, we could say like booking issues, email us at support@MakerREMIX.com. I don't know, blah blah, something like that. I'll talk to the guys later, and we'll actually fill that out well. If we click the cog down here, it's just going to do a reset. So if you want to go back to default and you want to get your default stuff back and click the little cog, it'll reset the window there. Undo. Oh my God, please. Booking issues. Email us at support@MakerRemix.com. Get rid of this H. There we go. And I'll fill the rest of this out later. See this here? If I click and drag, we get this little blue line. That is the reason that this box is coming down further. It's because there's a line break in here, which we might actually be able to select. We can't select it, but there's an extra line break in here, and it's just eating up space that isn't being used. You can see these two, the box has nice margins all the way around. That third one, there's a big empty space. That is the cause of the space. It's right there. The best way to deal with this is to click the last line of whatever it is you wrote, and then just hit the delete key and that will pull everything up and delete it instead of having to try to like select it and backspace it. And you can do that for all of these. So I'm just going to delete, delete, delete. And those are all good. If you don't have something, like if I have nothing good to write in the customer support area at all, literally nothing good to write, I can just click disable and it will just disable that one, and the other tabs will still be there. We can hit save. And if I can find it, reload. And here we go. So we've got kind of our header here. We're experts in the industry, patient people of all skill levels, the best in the biz. We're here to help you. This is all the stuff we just wrote, our guarantee, right there. And then customer support, we got that right there. So that's all done, taken care of, and customized, so that we don't have to, worry about just the generic stuff being in there, because that doesn't look very nice. And now I think top to bottom, minus this giant iPhone XS ad that's not only very old, but has nothing to do with laser engraving. I really need to put something else in that slot. But now our entire booking listing is ready to go. I think it's done. I just need to add the 3-hour one. I'll do that off air, so that you guys don't have to sit and watch me do that. But this looks really good. I'm actually really happy with this. The only thing I'm not stoked about is that the Google integration is not working, and that was extremely expensive. So I'm gonna have to get on top of that. Probably what I'm gonna spend the rest of my day doing today. But yeah, we've got dual coach 1 hour, dual coach 2 hour. I'm gonna add dual coach 3 hour. We are gonna be rolling out soft launch materials soon with like instructions and stuff. So if you're not already on one of the groups, make sure that you sign up for them. There's a Facebook group for MakerREMIX Market vendors. We also have a group on MakerRemix.com. If you're not already signed up over there, go sign up over there. And I don't know, just keep an ear to the ground. There's going to be a lot more information coming soon. But we did what we set out to do today. I mean, we started from virtually nothing. We had just the tiniest little bit of like very initial setup done, and now we've got our store. We have a description. We've got product images and profile pictures and banners, and a booking thing set up, which is really nice. Just all kinds of stuff done, which is really great. But I have some tech support to do now. I'm not going to be able to focus for the rest of the day until this stupid Google integration is done with Calendar. So I'm going to start working on that now. And I will, of course, update you guys when that is fixed. If booking is something that you wanted to do, we'll make sure that we get that taken care of. Oh my God, I just talked for a really long time. I just talked for 3 hours. I'm not going to talk for the rest of the day. I'm so done. But yeah, thank you again, guys. It's the old crew is here live. I know you guys are here. I appreciate you hanging. And hopefully people get some use out of this if you're watching this after the fact. Again, I know it was long. It was never meant to be short. If you want to watch short videos, we got a lot of them on the channel. This one ain't it. And I think that's it. So unless you guys have any questions or other things you want covered while we're here, I'm going to get back to work. So I'll give you a minute to let me know if you've got something on your mind or something you want to see demoed. All right. Well, it seems like you guys are good. If you're just tuning into this, go back to the beginning and watch it from the beginning, all 3 hours of it, because this is really a good guide on how to get your store up and running from nothing. There's a lot more features of the marketplace we haven't even talked about yet. We'll cover them in future videos. I'm still going to work on a like how to be a vendor series. Your dog is fine. I don't even know where you guys are. You guys just like left the house or whatever. I'm going to do a full series with like 1-minute videos that break every little thing down. and it should be getting started soon. I'm just waiting on a couple more things. I really want the devs to finish all the little details, because the second they update something, then the video series is no longer accurate or relevant, and I feel like I need to reshoot it. So that'll be coming out really soon, and I'm gonna go eat now. So I love you guys. Thanks for your support. Appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good Sunday. Enjoy the holiday. Later, guys.